My people, how when a day, I salute you according to na time, or depending on when at that they listen to us. I welcome you to this Obongelistic day with another Obonge information. My people, now well done. My people, now welcome. My people, now don't hear. Wonder shall never end. A lot of Judy Austin fans and you, the Edochie fans, are very, very angry. Everybody they talk about Premier Mansion. How they go talk say na Premier, na him get the mansion. How they go talk say Premier, na him drug the mansion. How they go talk say Premier, na him do the plan of the mansion. How can someone who is just a computer analyst or a computer scientist now come they draw house plan? How can you say that everything on a so premier, everything on a so premier? I don't understand waiting they bring that one. Premier, you don't know whether he has done Ake card because she is a computer analyst. She must have done Ake card or any of these card this thing that they do in computer, using it to draw to draw a plan of a house in a computer. Do you know whether she did it while she was doing computer science? She's a computer analyst, and everything that had to do with computer, she can do it. So if she had drawn ArchiCAD, do you know whether she learned ArchiCAD, whether she learned AutoCAD? Why? Oh my goodness. Why are you guys so angry? Mother, this kind of anger in the sweet be and sweet all be nation, you understand? Because the way these guys they wire for Facebook, on IG, on Instagram, on YouTube, why? I didn't know that kind of small explanation can touch people like this. So, why is it the voice of this woman does the pepper owner like this? But no problem, that's part of it. But my people, no be smart, you know. Our royal queen May is a genius. That's just what they don't want to hear. She is a genius. Did you hear when she was telling the women, in order to save money for her, she has to draw her house, draw it in a way, draw the plan of the house, draw everything and give to the builders, and they build it for her. While you, the Edochie, was going from one location to the other, looking for one location to another, acting movie at that time. You know, at that time, sincerely, at that time, he was a very good actor. His career was at the peak of it. Everything was moving on fine. He was growing faster, being the son of the legend and in the same industry with the legend, Sapet Edochie. And people giving him that respect as the son of the legend and him representing it also because actually he was doing very well at that time. So that is the issue. Him representing very well at that time was, doing very well in the system. So Edochie was doing very well. He was actually doing very well. Actually doing very well at that time. So they being this thing, doing very well at that time and having all those people calling him for movie, giving him different roles and everything, it was a great thing that he was growing fast. But he was not good at the domestic works. There were things going on in the house he doesn't know. Premier was, remember she told you that she was using a Honda that time. She was using it to carry cement. She was the one that drew the house. She built the house. She was carrying, how can a man be there, a woman will be carrying cement? The woman was carrying the cement to the site, supervising the site, draw the house, do everything. All these people that shout, you the Edochie mansion, you the Edochie mansion. What was his contribution? You heard that this woman was the one using her car to carry cement. The cement painted everywhere. She was the one buying the rods. She was the one doing everything. Have you heard Blessing's version of the story? How they paid for the house, the land? Because when they were selling Ajah mansion, how many million that time? You, the Edochie and Queen May could not buy it. They could not because they don't have that kind of money. It was for the rich people at that time. It was the bourgeois. But Queen May, being someone who is doing, DKK investment was into real estate. And wherever they are developing new estate, the Queen May always go there to seek for opportunity to do business. That woman is a hustler. That's one thing you people don't know. She was going there from one place to the other looking for, work. So she joined into the selling of that Ajah mansion. And she looked at the strategic location of Ajah mansion and knew that in near future that place will be great. Looking at the links he has with the island and every other side, she now decided to, call the sister and said, I have been joining in selling some places, but you see this one, I'm so much interested in it. And it's very costly, we can't buy it. Please, can you send money so that we can get it out? Let's get a portion of this Ajah mansion so that we can build. He said, Blessing oh 07 sent the money. Premier bought the land, gave her the receipt back, what she used and bought the land. Until when they started developing, she also asked Blessing 07 for assistance, let them develop. They now agreed on this thing. He told you the Edochie, he agreed with the sister, and they started developing the mansion. They started developing the place. And being the fact that she doesn't have money, and this is something that you are borrowing money or you are asking money from your sister, she has to sit down and draw the mansion, what she wants to be built there. She drew it by herself. So why are people so much disturbed that a woman who did something is telling you that I draw my house plan? What you see, one thing is that most people are mediocres. When they hear that somebody is doing a lot of things, they felt it's not impossible. How can this woman do this one, do this one, do everything on herself, everything on herself? We are telling you all she did. You understand? We are not telling you what she did not do. Because if it is what she did not do, we wouldn't have told you that. We are telling you what she did because she actually did it. So she said, she told us she drew the plan, used her cars to carry the cement, everything, even the rods, everything. She over-labored herself. Why supervising Maymat? Why supervising the supermarket? Why supervising the real estate? Why supervising the interior decoration? These are pockets of businesses that was running in a low key, in a very small way, believing that one day they will all grow, which they later grew. It was when they grew and money was flowing in and people now started saying it is you, the Edochie's money. But nobody knows that underground, there is this woman that is suffering, nurturing these businesses, nurturing them, so that the business will grow and get to the level where she's preparing the business to get to. And that level where she's aiming that the business will get to is the level where the business is actually right now. Because it was that time that when things are growing slowly, when things are just on a growing stage, people won't understand what the person that is nurturing it is doing. And at that time, but what makes me very upset over all these things that people are saying is this, that why this woman was nurturing this business, growing all these things, raising all this money, this man was going around continuously in his adulterous relationship, sleeping around with women, sleeping around with Judy Austin, them and all the rest of them, doing all sort of rubbish in the social media, doing all sort of rubbish in the industry without anybody knowing. Premier was still suffering alone. And at the end of the day, we are talking about my mansion. We are talking about whatever she makes. When she was making it, where were you? When she was suffering, where were you? My people no be smart, It is very bad, actually, and absolutely very bad, that you will just be turning down somebody or casting a woman who is giving you a story of her life. But the problem I have now is all these people that support you, the Edochie, what evidence do they have? Let them tell their principal, which is you, the Edochie, to come out and tell us that no, this woman is telling lies. I was the one that built the mansion. Let you, the Edochie, come out and say it openly. Remember, they have gone to court. They have done this mansion issue everywhere. Have you ever seen you, the Edochie, make a public statement of how, whether in a podcast or anywhere, because he's a social media man, he's the one that takes the whole case around. Have you ever seen her talking to people, telling them that I built the mansion. This is what I did. This is how I bought the land. This is how I bought the cement. This is what I do. This is the contractor that built the house for me. This is the person that drew the plan for me. This is the person that, the surveyor that surveys the ground for me. This is the contract. Have you seen you, Edochie, make such statement? You understand? To debunk all these things. It is not now that the thing is happening. What pains me or what makes me laugh sometimes is that when you see all these cohorts of you, Edochie, who don't think, you understand? Because you're supposed to analyze the whole thing before you come out to say. It is not, we are not in a situation where make I talk your own, make you talk my own. It is not a thing of who wins in the argument. It's not a matter of argument. It's a statement of fact. This woman is training a sort of a group of women in entrepreneurship, women in entrepreneurship, telling them on how to save money and on how to do business, because they were talking about women economic empowerment. Because when you empower a woman economically, you must have empowered the home and you must have empowered the family. So that is what Queen May was just trying to build up the women, trying to let them what to know, tell them to know, try to let them know what they're supposed to do in the house. They don't supposed to fold hands and keep their hands one place or stand. They don't supposed to do one business, one stream of business, because the more you have one stream of business that brings money, that business will suffer, because every expenses in the home will come from that business. So she is trying to tell them to diversify, understand, have other streams of income, so that at least one stream of income will be taking care of a particular problem, another stream of income takes care of another particular problem, so that before you know it, so many things are solved within the same circle of the problem. So many things are done, so many things are solved. But the situation where your income is coming from only your salary in the office, that job will suffer so much, because before the salary comes, the thing will end. That's just what Queen is trying to train this women on. And remember, this thing was some years, was it last year? It was last year training, before they start this their trade first. That was when this thing come, before they start this their trade first. So my people, no be smart, that Queen was just trying to explain to them how she was able to do some certain thing that would have involved money by herself. You understand? I know that there are some women today, even if they can draw the house, they will not draw it. Yeah, they will tell their husband, it's our house now, just call an architect to draw for us. Call an architect to draw for us. Just because they just want the man to spend the money. Queen is telling you that it is all about you. Your family is all about you. Your home is all about you. You have to take the responsibility. You have to be the one to be in charge. You have to be a manager of the home. That's what she's trying to tell them. And I always tell people that it does not mean that Queen doesn't know how adulterous Edochie was at that time. No. It does not mean that Queen doesn't know how unfaithful Edochie was that time. No, she knows. She knows and knows very well. But she was interested in building her marriage. She was there to build a marriage. She wanted her marriage to grow. She wanted her marriage to work. She invested a lot to make sure that marriage worked. And that is why it pains so much when she hears and people are saying as if Edochie just went and slept with a woman and Queen ran away. As if that's the first time she's hearing that Edochie slept with a woman. She had been seeing and hearing the Kerewa and how many women. She had been gifting in the information to the extent that there was a time we heard that even some Nollywood actors were so jealous of Edochie concerning this woman who hear all these things but does not disturb, but does not make trouble. Yes, Edochie will tell you that there were times when Queen was so not happy with the way she answers calls around with colleagues and other people. The calls were coming too much and so many things. Edochie didn't tell you actually what happened. It was the time that Queen was hearing so many stories about him going out with different kinds of women, Kerewa different kinds of women, married and unmarried, in the industry. Most of his colleagues become his sex partners and everything. So according to what they let us know and what they work out for media space at that time, Queen knew about it and was trying to manage him, was trying to handle the situation maturely and manage him. You understand? That's why when that time he say, my wife does not disturb right now because she has gotten used to it. You understand? I don't know whether you understand that. She said she has gotten used to it, too much late calls and everything. And that is why when I finish now, I come to the house and stay. All this is cloud chasing, all this social media validation. That was what she was trying to do that time. Trying to let people know that he doesn't go out. He stays in the house. But me and the picking them, everybody knows that he does not stay in the house. He does not come back home when he finishes. There is a place he stays. And we also know, Queen also know, and some other people also know that the location he goes, there are different locations that Edochie goes. It was not only the location to act movie, there were other locations, because where he goes is located in different places. There were locations that were situated at the echoes of Judy Austin. Those locations also follow. You understand? In the also attend church location. It was not only Judy Austin's location in the go. There were also other women locations where in the go. And Queen also discovered that there were other women locations. But trying to, the lady was doing all those time was to win him back, was to make him know you are a responsible father and a responsible responsible husband, and you should behave so. You shouldn't be flirting around. People should not be telling stories about you in the Nollywood. They cannot be using you as an example of a woman, of a young man that likes women because it was raining that time. Yes, everything goes with fame. When fame comes, every other thing comes with it. But when that fame comes, you can also manage it. It doesn't take much thing for you to be able to, understand that this is my weakness and this is how it comes and this is how these people come to me, and you try to find a way and try to solve it. So that is just the thing we are talking about. Queen Edochie was trying to let you, Edochie, know that that he is a responsible man and he should always try to do something, but he was not doing it. My people no be smart, That was actually what Queen was just struggling to get him. And when you see a woman like that, who loves the family so much and who works to build the family, invested a lot he can do to build the family, when you see her, going out of that marriage, you may not understand why. Because people will think that it's because you, the Edochie, just pregnated you, the Osage Queen ran away. It was so many has happened underground. And that is why before you support, don't support what you don't know. Before you support anybody, make sure you are ready. You are really sure. Make sure you are really sure of what you're supporting. Make sure you are really sure of what you're doing. Make sure you are really very sure of it. Because if you are not sure of what you're doing, somebody else will cause the whole issue for you. Somebody else will, if you are not really sure of what you're doing, what you're saying, you may land yourself into trouble because you are trying to support someone you love, not knowing that the person you like is doing the wrong thing. My people no be smart, that's just that. So Queen came to tell the women that she was the one that was running around helping. She was not doing it in a way to undo you, Edochie. No, listen to that again. Go back and check it again and again and again. She wasn't doing it to undo you, the Edochie, or to tell people that you wasn't doing well or was not at home. No, she said she was trying to tell them the role of a woman to support the man in the home. That was what she was trying to let them know. The role of a woman to support the man in the home so that the family will grow, so that they can be able to achieve something new. That's why she wanted to tell them. That was why they achieved that mansion so easily and so fast and so quick, because she was supporting in everything. The woman wasn't always around, but she's always around. So what does she do? Use her car to carry the cement when there's no money to pay for transport. Use her car to carry the cement. What does it mean? There's no money to call an architect. Draw the mansion, draw what you want in the mansion, and let it grow. So, and nobody has debunked it, telling you that it is true. This is 1 year she said that. It was exactly 1 year she gave that lecture and nobody had debunked it. So, to tell you that all she was saying is true, my people no be smart, Our royal queen may not be their mate. That's what I always tell them. You understand? It's not as if we are just trying to explain this for people to know so that many of my supporters or many of my fans and Queen supporters will not be thinking that what the cohorts of you, the Edochie, are saying are true about Queen trying to claim the pension. There's some people who are saying it's another way, it's a mind game Queen is playing, trying to claim the mansion that belongs to you, Edochie. I just laugh. If you, Edochie, owns the mansion, you, Edochie, will come and tell us that the mansion belongs to him. It is not something that you see. One thing with you, Edochie, is that he's someone that talks. He's someone that explains to you even when you don't want it. He will come and tell you what you don't want to know. He tells you everything. You understand? And remember the family has already warned him not to be going to the social media with the family issue. Even the parents also tell him, especially I remember when the mother was so angry with him, talking about the issue of taking some of the things. Was it Leo or whose birthday that time? He was just televising it one after. He was just dropping it however it is. And the family was telling him, take your family issue out of the social media. When he was dragging Queen issue with Judy Austin on social media, the father was always telling him, don't take your family issues to the social media. That has been the only challenge he has with his family. No other thing. The family has never had any serious issue with him except this. You understand? Take these things out of social media. That's all. But he has always and vehemently refused, because he is a social media man and all his pages are monetized at that time. So whatever he's saying, he's using it to make money. So the more you say it, he is looking at how many dollars or how much dollars he's going to make from it. So that's what is important to him. What is important is not what you're saying, but what is important is how much dollars he is trying to make. So he is someone who is always on the social media trying to explain some things, even people don't want to know, just to make views. So if all these things that Queen May has already said, explained to the women over a year now is a lie, you would have taken them one after the other and trying to explain that they are not true. You understand? They have also told them that they are not true. But it is something that they know that it is true. And that's why they are using their cohort. Because actually, it is Judy and you that are always sending these people to go and tell the whole world that what Queen May is saying is a lie. They have not come to say it's a lie. It's only Judy that says it's a lie. But you, Edochie, knows that those things are true. And they are always sending these people to use them so that it will be that I am not the one. These are the opinion of people, the speculation of people. My people, now so the gist which you are saying, make a touch light and waiting. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please try to subscribe. All our returning subscribers will say, well done, my people, now welcome. Make you have a nice day. Bye.